Okay, I have been doing a lot of, oh my god, is it hot in here? Oh, I have been doing a lot of sunrises lately, and actually a lot of landscape photography as well. So on today's video, I want to try to do something a little bit different. It's sunset for one, and two, I also want to maybe try to do some surf photography. So I'm actually gonna head west. Let's hit the road. And as we do, I'll let you guys know that today's episode is sponsored by Squarespace.com. Squarespace has a lot of really cool templates that make creating a new website or a travel photography website, blog, portfolio, or place to sell prints really, really easy. So if you're looking for a place to do those things, head to squarespace.com/BrendanBenson and you'll get a little bit of a discount when you do so. Now, let's get to this coast.
Falling in love with you is like a nosedive. No backup plan, no upper hand, no turning back, and everything to lose.
Remember a couple videos ago when I mentioned that when you get west here, a lot of times it's like a really stark change in weather. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Just here, total blue skies, not a cloud in sight, and we're about maybe 2 kilometers from the beach. You turn this way, and it's just white, heavy clouds. It's crazy, crazy, crazy.
Saw you outside my window, and I yelled at you, and you went back too. That's when I knew I really rise, I really beans if it means.
Okay, so I made it to Arrifana. It is phenomenal here. I think I did come here once upon a time. It is absolutely epic, and it is probably the most popular surf beach on the west. Right now I can count, well no actually I can't, but there's like 100 people in the water, 100 surfers in the water. And not only are there a ton of surfers in the water, but check out the backdrop. So this is what I'm always kind of looking for with like surf photography or photography that's not landscape, is I want to build the person into the landscape. So this is exactly what I was hoping I would find. This is epic. Okay, I've made it down to the beach. There's a ton of surfers in the water. You know, tides must be really high right now because that cold water just hit my feet. My goal is to find a nice spot to kind of just hang out with a long lens that has a background. So I'm trying to find a nice angle at some good surfers, hopefully. Straight that way towards the cliff and that pillar. So I don't want to walk too far, but I only have 400 millimeters, so I need some distance as well. So I think I'm gonna unpack the gear and start looking around for that shot. So I think I found the right spot. You've got this pillar way out that way. I would love to frame a surfer in there, but there is a ton of surfers in the water, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get a clean enough image. But 400 millimeters seems to be doing the trick. I think what I just need to do is kind of get almost waist deep, well maybe not waist deep, but knee deep in the water and get a really low angle on this. So let's get our feet wet. Definitely takes some patience. I've been kind of just sitting knee deep in the water for, I don't know, an hour almost, just waiting for a shot. And the hardest thing I think today is just finding a really talented surfer. When you're out here just filming on your own, you don't know who's good and who's not. And like for good surf photography, you really need that talented surfer that's cutting really hard edges and, you know, it looks really good when they're in the photo. And there's a lot of surf schools here, so there's definitely some beginners out there. Not that I'm anyone to judge, I can barely stand up on a surfboard, but yeah, it would be nice to find that really talented surfer. That being said, I think I did get a photo from down here in the water. I definitely wish there was better light. It's very gray, but I think I'm gonna walk farther down the beach and just see if there's something different I can do. So I'm definitely struggling with the surf photography a little bit. It's pretty challenging light. It's very hazy. But what I'm not struggling with is this location. I mean, this place is so cool. It's about a 35-minute drive from where we live in Lagos, and it is just epic. I definitely think I'm gonna stay here and shoot sunset here. Not that there's gonna be a sunset, but like when it gets darker. So if you're into the landscape photos, stick around for that. As for the surf photos, I'm gonna actually walk all the way to the end of this beach where there's some crashing waves and some rocks, and see if I can find a way to get that in the foreground of a surfer.
We're rich in love, we're rich in life. I've got more than enough to be satisfied. When everything falls apart.
I'm at the end of the beach, and I am all by myself down at this side. All by myself. And there's definitely no surfers down here or ways to get photos of surfers. And so instead of going back and trying to do more surf photography, I think I'm just gonna be super lazy and sit here and wait until sunset. Sunset's in about an hour? Yeah, I'm just gonna like find a spot on the beach and relax for an hour and wait until the light comes down.
When everything falls apart.
Okay, so I've been sat on the beach for actually over an hour waiting for sunset. And there's good news and bad news. The bad news is the sky is still miserable and it's foggy, and actually there's like a little bit of a drizzly rain in the air. The good news is, look at how low the tide is now. In fact, let's run out as fast as I can go. You can now see all the rock formations. All these rocks are along the coast. They're now exposed. I'm gonna try to get a good photo, but with light like this, I can't imagine there being a great one. I'm sorry about the audio. I'm filming this on my 360 camera because I didn't feel like dragging the big camera into the water with me. I am struggling because of the lack of light. At least I think it's the lack of light. At least I'm gonna blame the lack of light. But I'm having fun. I just love being able to stand in the sea without freezing and trying to come up with something. I think my problem so far is that I'm being a little bit too complicated with my composition. So I found a couple rocks in the sea here that are all by themselves, and I think I'm going to try to put them in the frame with the village in the background. The tide's on its way down, and somehow I still get hammered every now and then by like a waist-high wave. Ah, jeez. I found another composition that I quite like, much better than anything else I found so far. And I've got this rock formation in the foreground, and I'm trying to balance it opposite with the village there. The 3-stop grad ND is a lifesaver right now because it's adding some definition, some drama to this sky, which is actually starting to break up for me. And what I'm doing is F11 1.3 seconds. And when a wave comes up or the water is retreating, I'm just shooting in high speed mode, trying not to move my camera at all, and just holding the shutter down like this, hoping to catch the right moment. And I think this is actually coming out really good, way better than I anticipated. Oh man, how good was that? That was phenomenal. Even though the light still looks like this, just the grad filter and the polarizer combination really helped out. And this might be the opposite situation that I usually have. Usually when I go out and shoot, I go, I don't think I got anything I like today. And then I edit them and I'm like, actually, there's some pretty good ones. Today might be the exact opposite of that, but I guess we'll see. This is Arrifana Beach. This place is phenomenal, phenomenal. It was packed with surfers earlier. There's still probably a dozen in the water way down at that side of the beach at sunset. But other than that, huge open beach, cliffs, rocks. Life is freaking good right now. And I'm gonna call this an episode. A massive shout out to squarespace.com for sponsoring this video again. So head to squarespace.com/Brendan Vanson to get a little bit of a discount. Now, I'm out of here. There will be another video coming, I guess when it comes out. So be sure to hit the notification button and subscribe, and I'll see you there. Peace.